Okay. Just gonna get up some good music here. So the theme for tonight is Memory Monday. I'm gonna try to do something kind of goofy. Hopefully bring some new folks in here. We're gonna share some EQ memories together. There's a pygmy barracuda. Can you cast? Yeah, you can't really cast in the water. I want to see if this drops any quest items. Also, I'm stuck and I might drown. Oh. A barracuda tooth. Oh wait, let me get out of the water before I drown myself here. But yeah, it's good to be back. Good to be live on Twitch. Twitch TV, MMocracy, the MMO focus stream. And today is Memory Monday, where we will be sharing our most cherished, funny, painful EverQuest memories. And naturally, I've got to have some tea after a long day. Intense workout today as well. So I am struggling a little bit. The tea is going to help with that. What does the barracuda tooth do? So obviously drops from the pygmy barracuda. Their restraining order. This is great. That's actually why I killed this guy. I remember seeing this. So what I've got here is the restraining order quest up on the wiki, and you can see this is almost like a level 5 Ixar epic quest where you've got to go to all these different people and bring them things, and then the reward, you get a book. And I am intentionally not reading the book because I want to do the quest and I want to see the book for myself. Hence why I'm not actually reading the book out of the wiki. So this would be an interesting one to do. So it looks like during daytime inside the Tink and Babel on the second floor will be found a city clerk by the name of Clerk Duval. It's nighttime, so I'm not gonna head and try to figure this out right now because the guy's not even up. Jeez, it is so dark in this game. I went back to blue, and I noticed that on blue it's also dark. So it doesn't matter. I was thinking, oh, I should have done this on blue. No, that's not the case. Blue is dark, just as dark. Somewhere along the way, the developers decided to patch both clients. That's a really cool looking shaman. Let me wave to you. I really wish I had done shaman on my oh, sorry. Back is tight. As instead of Necro, I'm kind of wishing I had done shaman for my solo cell phone. There's so many cool oh yeah, they've got words for me. I'm just telling her that her kindness has been memorialized on my stream. What a great shaman. I want to see her gear. Turn inspecting on here and take a look. Wow, they've got some cool stuff. Dark Sea Harpoon. The Bloodstained Tunic there. Chipbone Bracelet. They're not like... I'm going to go ahead and say they're not like extremely uber twinked from based on what I'm seeing. But they do have some good gear. And see, that's kind of why I wish I had done Shaman, because you can go hunt some of this gear and it's a little bit more like gear focused versus the Necromancer. Everywhere I'm looking, I'm not seeing anything that's like, oh yeah, I need to go here and do this quest for this gear. There's no real like upgrades out there. And because Mr. Best Friend is a Mr. Best Baker, I'm going to go try to make me some spider leg crunchies here. Every time I get a spider leg, I come over here and I throw it in the oven with some frosting, and I hope, beyond hope, that I will get a delicious meal. And this time I did. Woolly spider crunchies. Go me. Alright, so let's get serious here. What do I need to do? I need to deposit that. I have an absolute just ton of silk. What I really need to do is take the time off stream to look at all this silk. Oh my gosh. I've got like over 120, 40, that's almost 20, so we'll just say 60, 80, 120, 40. Yeah, I'm sitting on like just an absolute ton of this stuff. That I just don't know what to do with. What is this? Oh, those are patterns for when I go to eventually make more. And so the idea behind the silk is pretty simple. I just make it into armor pieces and then sell those armor pieces to vendors. I haven't had to do that yet. I was able to afford my level 12 spells for the most part, but push comes to shove, that's what I'm going to do. Okay. Look at all these baby Necros headed out to the field. The literal field, the field of bone. So my goal is pretty simple down here tonight. You can see, obviously, level up. That's always going to be a goal. That really shouldn't even be on there. But we are going to head to Kearns. The sow that, what is it? Rick dropped me is going to help me get there a little bit faster. That'll be nice. Ideally, Kearns is not overly camped tonight, but if it is, I'll make the decision when I get there whether I'm going to work around it or head back out somewhere else. I haven't really had much luck leveling anywhere. I haven't had much luck leveling anywhere but the Field of Bone so far. I've gone to Lake of Ill Omen a couple times, and the spots that I can like pull to. Oh, thank you, Rick. Thank you. I was looking at the wiki. I really do appreciate that. I'm never stream while tired, but hey, that's part of maintaining a consistent schedule. I did sprints earlier, and I also went to the gym and lifted, so that's why I've got the tea. Hopefully that wakes me up a little bit. Yeah, I have not had much luck leveling anywhere outside of this immediate area right here. So we are going to give this a shot. Well done. Thanks. Not sure what that means, but welcome to the stream. And I have no buffer experience, so if I die, I'm going to de-level. There's actually a YouTube short on my YouTube channel where oh, thank you, yeah, sorry. Sometimes I'm just used to people trolling, so I was like, oh no, it's a troll so early in the stream. Ah, okay, cool. Yeah, I stay really active. I have my, like, different goals that I'm working on. Anyway, on my YouTube shorts, there's a YouTube short of me dying and losing a level, so in a very comical way, I'll say that. Alright, so we're coming up on Kern's Tower. I'm going to need to be a little bit careful here because there's always a lot of aggro enemies right around the base of Kern's Tower. And they're usually pretty high level. So we're just going to keep an eye out here. You know what I just thought of is I contacted an artist on Fiverr and they have not gotten back to me. I was hoping to have my artwork done by today. I have a custom logo and overlays coming for the MMocracy. I decided to rebrand my channel. I was a different name for a little while and decided to do something a little bit different. A little bit about me. I used to stream a couple years ago and had actually built what I would consider a pretty decent following. Let's see. So we got a group here. I'm not sure. They're probably going to be pulling most of this stuff, although it doesn't look like they're really holding down the entire place, so I could probably get me a pet up and do some soloing here. We'll give it a try. There is a little bit of a time commitment to this because you have to get a pet that is of sufficient level. And Rick, if you're still here, let me know how it sounds. Audio is always kind of a consideration. Let's see, I'm looking for Convoke Shadow. There it is. Audio sounds good, thanks. I checked my VOD from my stream yesterday and it was a little bit quiet. My mic was a little bit quiet, so I'm trying to keep it a little bit closer here. Let's see if I can get lucky with a good pet right off the rip here. Canober, he is a green, and I want to say it should at least be a blue still at level 13. The highest level pet I can get is an 11. Cobrab is a blue. That's good news. So we got to do a little med break here. You're at 90% volume, so maybe it could be on the quieter side. Is that just the mic or the music as well? Because I'll admittedly admit that I cranked the mic up after I heard that VOD. I was like, I need to turn this up. Okay, we'll bring it down just a hair here. There we go. We'll try that out. Yeah, audio balancing is so difficult when you stream. And I'm going to apologize for the me drinking tea noises, but I have got to drink this tea or I am going to be passing out at my keyboard, and I wanted to stream for at least 2 hours tonight. So we just need to get some mana here. And we'll see if we can't do some pulling here in Kerns. Hopefully these Ixar here are friendly and don't yell at me for competing with them. I don't think I have a... Oh, I do have an undead nuke. We'll throw that on the bar. I was thinking, do I have a lull for undead? But I don't think I'm there yet. A lull would be helpful for whenever there's spots where I can pull two. Yeah, it looks like these guys are kind of pushing out further, so... One thing I will say is I'm grateful for the frame rate in here. For some reason, Feel the Bone, whoops. Feel the Bone, the frame rate is just terrible. Okay, we got our first victim here. It's a Blue Khan Greater Skeleton. And the strategy here is really simple. Just throw dots on them. I'm going to try this Undead Nuke out and see how much it does. It does 41. Let's take a look at Kobareb's damage. He needs to be hitting for 16 or I'm going to need to replace him. Looks a little bit risky. A little bit risky. One thing that really could slow me down is if I end up having to run out. Okay. I have my pet like guard here, and I can just pull to him. There's going to be a lot of downtime, I can tell, but it looks like the experience gain is decent. And today is Memory Monday, Dak Dog, so if you have a good memory to share about your time in EverQuest, feel free. I'll share my first one here. Kern's Tower is a pretty special zone for me. I was in a guild called Reptilian Empire in 2001, and we did a lot of grouping in this zone. We were all in all Ixar guild, and my favorite memory with them was, let me bring the music down here a little bit. Okay. Whoops. My favorite memory of grouping with them was when we came here to Kearns and we fought our way through the entire basement, jumped down into the pit at the bottom, and then fought our way out. And it had this like really cool like dungeon crawl, you know, it gives you that like EverQuest is just Dungeons and Dragons Online, but not Dungeons and Dragons Online feel. As we fought our way through the entire dungeon. Because the cool thing about the pit is when you jump down there, cool but also dangerous, there's no way back up, so you have to fight your way out. And so it makes for some pretty fun grouping situations. I played in 99 when the game came out. Wow, Dak Dog. Got a Barbarian Warrior to 45. That's pretty impressive for back then. One thing that I thought was cool about back then was people didn't necessarily feel like they had to hit the max level. Like they would just kind of play the game at their own pace. We definitely approach games a lot differently now than we did back then. Barbarian Warrior, so That's also an interesting choice for a very first character. It was definitely a punishing game back then. Still pretty much is on P99. Yeah, we have a lot of modern like creature comforts. You know, we have the wiki and the discords. Like there's a lot more that make the game a little bit easier. Just gonna kite him around while my pet picks him up. Well done, pet. Yeah, first character as a warrior, that had to be like hard, but also like it's funny because you probably didn't know any better. Yeah, this pet's like he has no chance of getting the aggro off of me. Yeah, that's good experience gain. I can see the bar moving. You didn't group much. Wow. That's crazy. And then do you remember the old user interface where you were looking through like this little tunnel, like little box? I had no idea you could change it. I don't think you could change it in 99. I started in 2001. But yeah, that little box was like yeah, like it the UI was freaking massive and it was like so unnecessary. I'm gonna pull it up here because I've got some downtime anyway. Oh my gosh. Let's see if I can get a picture up. There it is. So like you can see you're looking through this little box and it was like so unnecessary, like all this artwork. You know, this stuff, the grouping window was important, but like abilities, combat, socials, who, like really we needed a who button. You couldn't just type /who. It was like I'm not gonna say poorly designed, and then you only had the 6 buttons. But we have come a long way since then. I always thought that was really funny. Okay, we're gonna summon a new pet because I did not see him hit for 16. It looked like his max hit was 12. And if we're gonna be here for a little while, we're gonna want a good pet. And then you couple that UI with like how dark everything is. And it's amazing to me that anybody like even played this game. But it truly is something special. Even to this day, I think this is such a special MMO. It hits a few key things really well that allows you to push past its like shortcomings. For example, the immersion. Everybody talks about the immersion, but it is very much real. The grouping is a lot of fun. You as a shaman are a good example of that. They're not like they're like a utility class. They're like kind of a buffer, kind of a healer, kind of do some damage. And obviously now the MMO uh, design core is the Trinity. You're either a tank, a healer, or a deep DPS. And modern MMOs have all but done away with the utility class. So you don't see things like the Enchanter, the Shaman, the Druid like you do in the older MMOs. But I think having those classes adds a lot to the flavor of the game. There's definitely been points, and it's probably like this now in retail, where all the DPS classes, they just feel pretty much the same. Dak Dog says, yeah, I'm glad I started a shaman for my first time back. Shamans are really cool. They're a really fun class. And if this is your first time back, you have a good gear set. Level 24, yeah, you have good gear for level 24. Alright, let's see what we can pluck. I hear things walking around, but I think they're upstairs. Skyless Raven, welcome. Hope you're feeling okay. I saw your message. Here we got 2 scale bones. I'm not sure if those scale bones are going to give me experience or not, but we're going to pull them. I've had some people help from people you've met. That's another thing I love about these old MMOs that you don't really get in the newer ones, is the community. You don't see that same like level of community. Not feeling 100%, but you're here. Well, I'm glad you're here. Sorry you're not feeling the best. Are you gonna get it like an X-ray or something to see if there's uh an actual fracture? Thank you for the sew, by the way. This sew is making things nice. X-ray in the morning, okay. Okay, so there's a greater skeleton behind him. I'm wondering if I pull him, will I get both? Oh, he's moved. Oh, where's he going? He's going over there. One thing I need to watch out for is the respawns in here. Although these guys are kind of helping me out. Oh, you heard a pop and felt a pop. That's not good. Yeah, hopefully they figure it out. Were you like moving something? Let's see, what is Zabobin hitting for? I need to see if he's hitting for 16. He is hitting for 16. Oh, there's Rick. One of my other favorite memories in this zone was a level 50... Level 50 actually power leveled me here. Level 50 druid. You're moving totes for your grandma. Oh man, I'm sorry. I don't know if I want to go upstairs. Okay, here's a greater skeleton. And I've got aggro. Good thing I've got so. Get some dots up on him. Stream looks like it's doing good. Occasionally I'll get this thing where like 2 minutes after I start the stream, it will just tank for a second. The bitrate will. I have no idea what's causing it. You guys pulling that one? I fizzled a couple times. At least it's not worse. Yeah, that's a good attitude to have. Could be worse. So yeah, I had a level 50 druid power level me here from like 10 to 20. And at the time, I think my highest level character was like 16. So it was just like huge for me to get from 10 to 20, and we did it in like a single day. I felt so lucky. Well, we've invaded Kern's tower, so I guess I could scratch that goal off my list as well. I'll need to come up with some new goals. I've done a lot of hunting through the wiki trying to see like what else to go, like gear wise, and what else to go after. What's in here? Oh, there's somebody in here. Yeah, this is kind of typical Kerns. That's a greater skeleton. And I was hoping to have a good list of like gear to go after at this point. Some different like things to quest. But unfortunately, I haven't really seen a whole lot on the wiki. Being Kunark only really like kind of gimps it. There's all kinds of good stuff out there. It's just you're not going to get it in Kunark. And one thing I noticed, you might find this interesting, Rick, is there's a lot of good shaman gear in Kunark. Like everywhere I look for quests and different rare mobs to find, it's like all wisdom gear. But as far as int gear, there's just not much out there. It is good experience in here, I will say that. There's a greater skeleton, but I just don't have the mana to pull him. I'm glad he popped now instead of when I was like running through. I'm always worried about that. Yeah, you definitely haven't had issues gearing up. You have a lot of good gear. I always thought Shaman was cool because they get Spirit of Wolf at 9, too. Like, once I found that out, I made a Shaman right away and got him to 9, and I was like, cool, I can do Spirit of Wolf, and then I didn't play him afterwards. Let's see, I think I'm ready. Yeah, it makes the early leveling a lot easier. Let's see, this Ward Undead only costs 30 mana. That's a good return on investment for the... Because my life draw costs 60, twice as much. But there is definitely a lot of people here. Unless they're moving on. If that group is moving on, that might actually help me out. They look like they were moving out. And I think it's just going to be one of those things where I'm just going to have to learn to deal with people and just be okay with it. There's times where I wish I had like my own private box to do this solo self-found, because it's not like other people really help me out. Although that Spirit of Wolf did help. My own rule for myself is I'm not going to click off a buff, but I'm not going to ask for buffs. I'm not going to get power leveled. But if I get a buff here and there, like you're buffing me right now, thank you, I'll take it. Not going to chat a lot, I'll have you on the iPad. Yeah, no problem, Skyless. I hope you get to feeling better. At some point here, I'm going to have to go take my contacts out. My eyes are like super dry. I'm going to do that right now, knowing full well I may get trained, but I have a good pet, so it's worth the risk. Okay, there we go. Much better, the glasses. I must have this spell must be like, well, it says channeling is 68. It keeps fizzling. Wow, look at all these people. Might as well have my pet follow me, because the likelihood of me finding anything now is kind of low. Oh, very nice. So these are dubious. Some of the Burinai downstairs, they harm touch, and they can just like floor you in one go. Let me kind of peek around some corners here. Oh wow, that's a room full of death for me. I need to get away from there. If I had a lull, I could lull them. I'm sure Necros get a lull for undead at some point. I just don't know when. Yeah, but unfortunately, there's just nothing. There's just so many people here. There's 10 players in the zone right now. I don't know if it's wise to go upstairs or not. We'll check it out. Oh, there's people killing up here as well. But the greater scale bones are, I want to say, too high a level for me to fight. So I'm at a little bit of an impasse because the experience rate's not going to be the best for in here. Luckily, I did get a bunch more bone chips, so resummoning a new pet It's going to take a little bit of time, but I'm going to head back outside. Kearns is great experience if you can get that floor to yourself, because it's very safe to pull to that front room. You only have to deal with those 2 respawns. But where you run into issues is when there's so many people in there that you can't actually, when your mana is capped out all the time and you're running around looking for spawns, that's not a good position to be in. So we'll try our luck outside. I would like to try to do some leveling in some different kind of areas, but seems like every time I try it, there's just not enough to kill, or it's not ideal. Like Lake of Omen, there's a lot of pathing mobs that are of my level. But the problem is you gotta run so far to pull them away from other pathing mobs. Sorry, my daughter was texting me. We were gonna play Minecraft together earlier, but her phone died and then we missed each other. So she feels bad. I said, don't feel bad. It's okay. So coming up on 20% to level 14. Hopefully out here we'll be a little bit more steady. Those few mobs that I did kill in there were doing really good for the experience bar. But if you don't have enough mobs to kill, it's not good. Out here we got some white cons. I'm seeing lots of brigands that are white and blue. So that's good. The white cons can be kind of scary though. And the reason why they're scary is because if you get multiple resists in a row, your mana bar is gone. And you don't have any mana left to fight them. Yeah, greater scale bones are yellow. Ooh, the Scale Wolf Stalker. Let's see. What should we go for? I guess we're going to go for this Brigand. No resist right off the bat. That's good. I was trying to be cheeky and have him run up and then jump off the side. You can kind of kite with the strafe button. He's snared, so. And I guess I could be fear kiting. I just always worry about the repercussions of that if I end up fearing him into an enemy. I really didn't notice a big difference between the experience I got inside versus outside, so. Let's see. We're gonna put fear on the bar here. Oh, fear's already on the bar. Excuse me. It's number 6. Trying to see if I couldn't really see what Gabtick was hitting. Oh, shoot. Gabtick, get up here. That's a greater scale bone. Trying to remember if the Scale Wolf Stalker, is that a named? No. There is a named Scaled Wolf out here. I just don't remember which one it is. Ixar Marauders are still red. That is just crazy to me. Oh. He did not like that I sat down. That's funny when they do that. Yeah, I want to watch Gabtick's damage here and see if Gabtick is a max level pet for me or not. For some reason, it's not showing me his damage. He's hitting for 12 and 10. I don't think he's a max level. Time for a new one. You are a disposable skeleton. Alright, Lobab here is blue. So I'm hopeful that he's a max level. It definitely takes some trial and error to get that max level pet. And then you can see here I'm just keeping this Lich spell up on me. This is a more or less a Clarity type spell or a Breeze type spell. It increases your mana regen with one key difference to the Enchanter buff. And that difference is that it lowers your health regen. Or potentially drains your health. Depending on what level. That spell, there's a spell line there, and it goes, I think, 8 is the first one, then 20 is the next one, and so on. And the higher level it goes, the more health regen it takes away to the point where it goes negative, and it'll actually drain your health to get your mana back faster. The reason why Ixars are considered the best necromancers is because of their natural health regen. It counteracts that. Scale Wolf Tracker, is the tracker the named mob? I'm gonna pop back over here and check. No, he is not the named. What is the named? Scaled Prowler is the named. He is, oh shoot. As soon as I flipped over to the wiki, a Scale Wolf Stalker came next to me. So the Scale Wolf Prowler is the named, and he drops the Prowler Cloak, which is a Strength +2 cloak. Wouldn't be bad to have. Or an Agility 3 belt. Both of those aren't extremely necessary for me to try to get. However, even like 2 extra strength would help me with my carrying capacity. Okay, we're going to try to fear him. He's probably going to stun me here. Yep, he stunned me. Don't go off that edge, please. Okay, I'm actually glad that that broke. Because if he'd went off the edge, I don't know what's down there. And I would have had to recall my pet, and I don't know what he would have pulled. So that could have been bad. So this isn't a good spot to fear kite in. I've learned that just now through trial and error. One place I am really excited to fear kite in is the giant fort in Warslick's Woods. Although that could be another one of those perma-camped. There's going to be a lot of players there. Yeah, there's 11 people in there. I guarantee you 9 to 10 of those, if not all of them, are in that giant fort. If I could go back and do it again, I would have made this character on blue. There is less people on blue. There's that stalker stalking around down there. Excuse me. But other people have done it, so I can do it. I can do the solo self-found. I may have to get a little bit more creative on where to go experience at. And if anybody in chat has any pointers, I will definitely take them. I've never attempted anything like this. No, never tried to do a solo self-found challenge on EverQuest, so I'll take all the help I can get. It looks like I just crested 20% towards 14. I was hoping to do something other than feel the bone, but it does not appear that the game wants me to do that. That is one thing I did like about the Enchanter. When I played Enchanter, I had a lot of different places that I could go. Dak Dog says, Dallas Cowboys, good game. Stampede, go you Dallas Cowboys, go. I love King of the Hill. There's a scaled wolf hunter. We'll go grab him. He's a ways out here, though. Slow down, scaled wolf. Got him. This spot looks okay to fear kite in. Interrupted. I take it you're a Cowboys fan. Oh yeah, it's Monday. It's Monday Night Football. I haven't watched football and like seriously watched football in a long time. Are you from Texas or you just like the team? Because I feel like a lot of people like the team, but they're not always from Texas. Born and raised. I used to live in Texas. I loved it. I'd go back in a heartbeat. My girlfriend don't want to go back, but I would go back. Be feared. Just need to watch out that he doesn't run all the way up in there and get my pet in trouble. There's a skeleton coming. Great. Back. Come back. We're just going to pull him over here. This is one good thing about the Necromancer is you do have some decent control over what happens. Well done, Lobab. I don't know if Lobab is a max level or not, but he seems to be doing alright. Yeah, I lived in North Texas. I lived in Wichita Falls, which was also featured on a King of the Hill episode. But I liked it. It was a decent cost of living. People were friendly. Schools were pretty good. I really had no complaints. At first, when I moved there, I was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm living in like the 1980s." Like it like for one, my internet, there was no high-speed internet in the town that I lived in at first. So, yeah. So that was like obstacle number one. So I was like, how am I gonna live here? I have no high-speed internet. I tried this like almost like a wireless type internet, and it was fast, but I didn't read the user agreement, and after like 50 gigabytes, you were throttled terribly. Like worse than dial-up throttled. It was so bad. And I'm like, 50 gigabytes? You don't run out of 50 gigabytes in like a day. This is like 2012. We're at in Texas, Wichita Falls. Technically, it was a town called Iowa Park. It was like a little town. Oh, Redcon. Where'd he go? There he is. Dallas Fort Worth. Yeah, we would go down there. Naturally, that was the nearest like metro area. Oh man, it's getting dark. It's gonna be like hard to fear kite. Yeah, we drive down there like probably twice a month. Go shopping, go to the restaurants. Dallas is nice, but man, the traffic is like crazy. We would mainly go to Fort Worth actually. I can probably only count on one. Well, no. I mean, we did go to Dallas. There's one thing I love in Dallas. Absolutely love book repository like museum where JFK was assassinated. I think that's like so great. Not that he got assassinated. I think that's terrible and tragic. I feel like he was a good president. Ooh, Lobab's hitting for 16. You're a max level pet, Lobab. I like you. But I just like going to the museum, and I've been there like 2 or 3 times, gone through the whole thing and looked out the window and just kind of thought about what it was like to be there. Fort Worth is way better. I love Fort Worth. We would go to this place called Torchy's Tacos in Fort Worth every time we took the kids to their medical appointments. Yeah, I love Fort Worth. Go to the Fort Worth Zoo. It's a good little spot. Thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Check out my YouTube as well if you like. No pressure. This all just kind of started. I just started this up. Torchy's just around the corner. How many are there? Are there a bunch? I never looked into it. Like, I'm looking at the. Oh, there's one in Phoenix, like right up the road from me. That's crazy. Oh, there's a few in Fort Worth. The one that we would go to was the one right by like all the hospitals and everything. Yeah, Cook Children's. Here, I'll pull it up. There we go. Okay. Yeah, we would go to this one right here because the Cook Medical Center was where I'd take my daughter there for she had like an endocrinology or not endocrinology. What was it? And whatever it is, where like you're not gaining weight. She wasn't gaining weight. She was just little. She was just tiny. She's fine now. She's real skinny. So we had to take her there because we were worried that she wasn't gaining weight, and the doctors said go get her on like a feeding program and all that. And we feed her like it's not like we weren't feeding her. She's always eating a bottle. Skyless Raven, thanks for stopping by. I really do hope you get to feeling better. Sorry that happened. Get some rest. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, that Torchies that was good. Oh, couldn't see him. We'll pull him over here. One thing that was cool about Torchies is all their sodas were like organic sodas. I always thought that was neat. They had like an organic root beer that tasted really good. And then obviously the tacos were super good. Go get him, Lobab. I didn't even really need to fear him. He's almost dead. The mana cost on these spells, man. I'd love to get some int gear to help that mana. I've never actually been, although it's less than 5 miles from me. I can't really speak to if it's good now, but it was good back then. That was like our place to eat lunch after we go to the Cook Medical Center. And the military would pay like some crazy amount. They'd pay us like $100 to go down there for this appointment, and we would go to Torchy's and only spend like 50, which I guess when you think about the gas, between the gas and the food, that was probably about $100 now that I'm thinking about it, because they would pay for like basically pay for one meal plus the gas to and from. It seemed like I was getting a good deal, but in reality it was just probably breaking even. But they didn't have the specialist there in Wichita Falls that she needed, so that's why they would send us down there. I had 3 kids in Wichita Falls at the hospital, all 3 of mine. There's a charbone about. I need to be careful. Ooh, a large heart sting. For some reason, the large heart stings are dubious, but the regular size heart stings are like KOS. I hate nighttime. Nighttime is not the right time. It's a pain trying to level outdoors at night. Everything's yellow. Greater scale bones yellow. Yeah, I want to move back. But my girlfriend, she's like super opposed to it, but I don't know. I'm working on her. I feel like it's one of those things where it's gonna Texas gets a bad rap, and then you live there and you're like, this place is freaking great. I don't know how it is now, but when I was there, Wichita Falls was like so inexpensive to live in. And then I had to move. I moved to Georgia. And even though I had gotten a raise when I moved to Georgia, it felt like I had actually taken a step back because of the cost of living. So here I am pulling a skeleton in the dark. Oh, see, this is not good. Okay, we need to get somewhere safe. I can probably still manage this. If I don't get ambushed by anything else. Not as cheap to live there anymore. Yeah, I feel like that's like the whole country. Okay, so I want this skeleton feared. If I can get a fear off, that'll be nice. And Lobab just like handled that hunter. Well done, Lobab. Look at this guy putting in work. Too many from California, yeah. So my last location was Las Vegas, and Vegas was like that too. Oh my goodness. All right, Lobab, I need you to finish him off before he finishes me off, because I don't have the mana to even fear you right now. Oh. Soundboard, you're failing me. Oh no. Oh no. Trying to play sound effects here, even though I'm getting my butt kicked. Okay. Lobab's in trouble. I can drop a fear on him and just kind of hope for the best. I'm. I don't even know if I want him out there. So we're gonna. Okay. We're gonna tank for Lobab because I want his damage. If I get attacked by one more thing, we're already in trouble, but we're gonna be really in trouble. So if Lobab can just put in a little bit more work on him. Okay. One more fear. Lobab, stay alive. I'm just gonna have to let him go. Oh shoot. There's a skeleton out there. Alright, come back, Lobab. We're gonna head up to Kearns and like if uh is he running? Lobab is still alive. Oh my gosh. Finish him off, Lobab. Oh wow. They just took a tumble off the cliff. He finished him. Oh my gosh. Huh. My soundboard is not playing the sound effects. Weird. All right. Well, imagine that a Final Fantasy victory sound would have played right there, but hey, we lived. That was rough. That was like 3 mobs in a row. Good experience. I'm glad we lived. I mean, that was down to the wire. Lobab was like, he was no health. That last fear was a Hail Mary. But we made it. I wonder why the sound effects don't work. I like want to mess with it, but I don't want it. The sound effects app also controls my voice, and I don't want my voice to get messed up in the middle of a stream. So yeah, Las Vegas is like that too. Like a lot of transplants. The prices were crazy. Everybody's like, we're leaving California because it's too expensive, and then it just gets more expensive wherever they go. But I don't want to get too political in here, even though it is the MMocracy. Our allegiance is to the love of the game. And what a great game it is. especially when you burn through 10, 15% of a level in one encounter somehow. There's a lot of downtime. That's one thing I feel like, nah, I'm not gonna ban you. Mainly just don't, I respect most political. Honestly, I'm like old and I'm just over it. But I just don't want people fighting in here because people feel like a lot of people feel really strongly about it. I'm one of those people that doesn't. Like I don't feel very strongly about any of it anymore. I'm just like, yeah, whatever. It's all dumb. But I would definitely go back. I'll say that. I would definitely go back to Texas. That's actually so I got a DD 214. That's the um document that you get when you exit the military. I technically exited the military for like an hour one time for an administrative thing. And whenever I exited the military for an hour, they sent my DD. I had them send my DD 214 to Texas. I was like, yeah, I'm going back to Texas. They have good benefits for military. Greater Scalebone, white cond. We're gonna grab him and pull him back over here. I guess I need to go a little bit further because the where I was fighting at before clearly was not the right spot to do that. All right, there he is. Dang, he's his health is already at half. So as long as they don't go out into the darkness and pull like 15 more skeletons, we'll be okay. So I'm in the Air Force and I looked it up. The state with the most people in the Air Force is Texas. Like more people join the Air Force from Texas than anywhere else. I thought that was interesting. Lone Star State. Yeah, it was just like great. It was just a really good like vibe there because the base I was at was a training base. Shoot. Greater Scalebone ambushed me. Even this spot's not safe. Oh wow. Okay, he's a yellow. Oh, he's really low on health for some reason. Like something was killing him. I got really lucky there. But I'm not taking any chances. I'm gonna drop another dot on him. As long as he doesn't murk Lobab in like 2 hits, we'll be fine. Wow. This has been a wild night in the field of bone. Yeah, it was a training base, so it was super like chill. Like you don't have an operational mission. People aren't really deploying out of there. Super good stability. Like every day it was like 7 to 4. You know, you never left like work late unless you just needed to. Wasn't like here now where I'm like constantly were on the weekends and working extra hours because things aren't working the way they should. Getting alerted to go save people who hiked themselves into bad spots. That's what I do. That's our job is go pick people up that are having a bad day. It's a cool job. It's very rewarding. But it's also very demanding. Uh, I'll point run where you find this. Sure. Scale Wolf popped out of there and thought he was gonna come after me. There we go. Footpad with a shield. I need those shields. Those are good money. That's a 1 platinum payout there. I have like full mana, but I'm just like scared to go out here. You really don't know what you're pulling. It's too dark. This does remind me of the good old days. Oh no, he resisted. We'll be okay. This is gonna be alright. We're just gonna pull him way back. We'll try it again. Let Lobab beat on him. Fear kiting is good if you can find the right spot for it. I like this point here where they run but they can't move because they're snared and they have too low a health. Gotta stay on top of this copper. I don't think I need this weapon either. Yeah, it's like a 40% snare is what I have right now, and then whenever you... What is that? That's just a regular scale wolf. Whenever they get too low, they're just like... They try to run, but they just turn around. I would say I feel bad for them, but I don't feel bad for them. I think it's really cool the zone has like a giant ape on an island that you can go fight. I think he's like, he's pretty high level. I definitely can't fight him. Ah, there's a yellow con wolf coming right towards me. I don't know. Should I go for it? I feel like it's one of those where you try it and it's going to go horribly wrong. He's going to resist 2 roots or 2 snares in a row, and then I'm going to be running for kerns. My fan started making a weird noise. Yeah, the so ran out. It's all good though. Oh shoot. Stalker right there. That's a red con skeleton. I do not want to mess with him. If I pull him, I'm going straight for the zone. Here's a brigand. I need to look up when I get ultra vision. That's gonna be nice. Oh, there's an XR bandit over here. How have you been leveling your shaman? Have you been just soloing, or are you doing like a lot of group type stuff? Uh oh. He's coming, he's mad. Fear and the snare ran off. Kern's a lot of group. Nice. Shamans actually have a pretty good solo game too. I know I always see him up in outside of permafrost killing them giants. Solo and giants, yeah. They got a good solo game going. I don't know what level that actually really starts. I feel like you could just like throw a dot on them and just run around in circles because you're faster than them. Like I said, I kind of, in retrospect, wish I had done solo self-found shaman versus Necro. I say that now, but oh, you have root? Jeez, I forgot about that. All right, I don't think I knew that. Yeah, if you can root rot, jeez, you're in there. It's not like the most efficient soloing, but it's still like pretty good. Yeah, Necro solo is good. I say that like, oh, I should have done shaman, but I mean really like look at what I'm doing right now. in in all reality, this is not that hard. The things that are making it hard is like just the fact that I got to try to do this out here. I would say Enchanter is the best soloer. The stuff they can do with their charm is so OP. It's just high risk, high reward. But when you get the hang of it, and if you know your stuff, like if you know, like I would have spawn timers going, plus the end parse to watch my buff timers. Like when you know your stuff and you know all the spawns, you can really solo. You're like a solo machine. It's a greater scale bone. I want to pull this blue con greater skeleton, but where is he? Is that you? Because the nice thing about Enchanter is you can like solo dungeons with lull and invis. Like you can invis into a spot, use lull to break camps. Like the amount of utility they packed into that one class is just crazy. Oh, hey, there you are. Thanks for the so. I appreciate it. I won't click it off. I really wish I had back then. I wish when I was doing my Enchanter live on stream, I wasn't saving my videos to YouTube. And all those videos are gone because they're like they're like 2.5 years old. But some of the stuff that I was able to do was just outright crazy. And it's not like I'm like, oh, this absolute pro. I'd like to think I was pretty good, but there's better out there. It was just, they're just that good. A lot of fun, too. Fun, but also very risky. If charm breaks at the wrong time, like, you're in a mess. Like, you're in a world of trouble. Oh, he resisted the fear. Good thing I got so. And then you couple the Enchanter's solo ability with the fact that they're also one of the best group buffers with like clarity and haste. Like I don't know what they were thinking. I'm glad, like I'm grateful for it, but jeez, the amount of stuff that they can do is just nuts. Like they're awesome at group, they're awesome at solo. Yeah, everybody loves clarity, everybody loves haste. Even their like dinky little summon pet is actually pretty good. You can't control it, but all you have to do is you just have to get hit. You can't tell it to like come back like you can with the Necro and the mage pets. So you kind of got to work around that. You can't like tell it to attack a specific target. Yeah, they're super good. It's like making me want to go hop on mine. But I need to stick with this guy or else I'm never gonna finish him. Let's see, what time is it? Dang, it's already 9 o'clock. That tea really woke me up. There was a point there where I was like, I'm not going to make it through this stream. That's a large heart sting. Just kind of testing it out there to see if he would aggro with the Emerald Fencer. Ooh, why is he moving so fast? Or does he just look like he's moving fast? From a mechanic standpoint, it makes sense um, why the enchanter gets clarity, because they have so much that they need to be doing that, like, if they don't have clarity, they would probably not work. If you didn't have that mana to regen, you wouldn't be able to do nearly as much as you are doing. Whoops. I just tried to fear myself. Oh, Lobab. Lobab's getting low. Oh my gosh. Don't die, Lobab. Whew. That fencer was putting in some work on Lobab. Sit down, Lobab. Take it easy. I saved you. The last thing I was doing on my enchanter was doing the Grob guards. Or one of the last things I was doing. And I can solo like the front half of Grob and still have time to med at the end of it. And I made like 3,000 platinum there just wrecking my way through those guards because they drop like fine silver weapons. So you can sell those for like 10 plat a piece. This is good. I'm halfway to 14. We got a skeleton pathing towards us. We gotta watch out for him. Just go over here. He shouldn't come too close to this wall. The Grob guards are another one of those perma camp spots though. Like if you do a slash who Grob all, I guarantee you. Oh, there's a monk in there, but he's doing the same thing, I guarantee you. I don't know. That would be hard to solo those guards at level 50 on a monk, I would think. Unless you're twinked. Or I guess at that point you're not really twinked, you're just geared. Look at my Ixar's teeth. Let's see it. It was showing his teeth. There it is. So weird. I wonder what Ixars eat. Do they eat meat? Are Ixars vegetarians? Level 20, I get a new Lich spell, and I am definitely excited for that. And I think that'll help my mana regen a lot. Right now, it feels like I'm Doing a lot of downtime. Whoa, you scared me, XR. Ah, I hope that guy doesn't come back for me. This is not really a good spot to sit. Oh, there's a brigand there. I guess I have so. If I have to, I can run. I can sacrifice Lobab. I'm just gonna watch. Mob behavior is so weird in this game, though. Like, I feel like he's just gonna pop up right next to me. Especially whenever you start getting up on things like this platform here. Like, I'll be fighting something and I'll run up there and then they'll just teleport on top of me. They don't actually teleporting, they're running up there, but you can't see them running up there. Let's look for something to kill here. There's nothing out here to kill right now. I'm like a little nervous to start another fight. Greater Scalebone, he's a white. We'll go ahead and pull him over here. Wondering if it's more mana efficient to just do the snare and the fear. I feel like that gives me a little bit more safety because I'm not sitting on 20% mana. Fear wore off. He's really beating on Lobab. I'm going to have to fear him again. Oh, shoot. Got him with the undead nuke. I definitely didn't want him to pull that Marauder. Oh, hello. We're going to wait for that Marauder to move before I go grab the loot. So the Necro pets aren't as resilient as the Mage pets. I've said that on stream before. And that's really where the fear kiting comes in, is you're just relying on their damage. You're not actually really needing them to tank. They can tank stuff that's lower than them, but if you're fighting even or even blues, they seem to take a lot of damage. If you consider this is my level 12 pet, but the range is 7 to 11. It's like the game is basically telling you, hey, you're not going to be able to use this to like just tank and spank enemies. Ixar Manslayer. Ooh. Watch out for him. It's probably like a level 20 plus mob. And I really want this emerald fencer that's out there next to him. Oh, interrupted. Glad I didn't sick my pet on and there's a skeleton out there. There we go. Now you can go, Lobab. I don't see anything out there. He's getting really far away. Okay, now we can pull him back. There we go. That'll finish him off. Coming up on 60%. I'd really love to find a place that I can just stay in one spot. And I'm not having to try to pluck mobs out from a field of death. Once you get the spawn time, you get the camp broken, you get the spawn timers going. That's kind of what I'm looking for. I have yet to find anything like that. Lobab looks stronger. I don't know how a skeleton can look stronger. It's got no muscles. But thank you. There's a white con, or yellow, I mean. Oh, there's a blue. He's not too close. They're not too close, right? Oh, he's... Did I just I just shot myself. I'm snared. I snared myself. I hope this isn't like a series of It's all the working out he's been doing. Lobab's been in the gym. Okay, the snare's worn off. I didn't figure it would be that big of a deal. Yeah, I love that in classic EverQuest you can nuke yourself by accident, or I suppose you may want to do it on purpose in very like extremely unique circumstances. Imagine going to the gym and seeing Lobab there doing bench press like 3 plates. Just crushing it. Yeah, it's so weird to me. The regular heart sting scorpions are KOS, but the large is dubious. Wonder what they were thinking. All right, we're going for a white con. Get that fear. Go to work, Lobab. Put some hurt on him. Lobab might need my help. Actually, no, no, no. Come back, come back, come back. Gotta look at my keyboard because I'm a noob. Almost got him down. I'm just gonna let Lobab finish him. Good job, pet. Just in time, too, because now here's another one coming up on us. I don't have the mana to pull him. If I had like one more bar, I would grab him. What time is it? It is 9:21. Man, where does the time go? Alright, I don't want to let this blue just go, so we're gonna... Of course, I get a fizzle, which eats mana. We're gonna pull him. We're gonna pull him way back. Try to get some mana back here. Honestly, I can do a little strafe kiting to let... Oh, now Lobab has him, so now I gotta fear him. We can get some med time in here, though. Yeah, he's already at 50. I don't like that he's going down there. That fear should break soon, though. There it is. Come back. Oh, no. There's a lag spike. That scared me. Finish him off, Lobab. One more hit.